Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to bring you a tutorial on how to make a registration and login page in Unity using C#. So let's get into a demonstration of how this works. So our first scene is going to be a registration page, and we'll create a username and then password. And then here it logs that we have registered the account successfully. And then let's try to do it again just to show you that it can't. As you can see, it says hello user already exists, which is good because we don't want to register the same username twice. And here we will log in using those credentials. As you can see, it's successfully authenticated, and now we're moving on to the next scene. Alright, let's get straight into making it from scratch. So we're going to open up Unity Hub and create a new project. Now this can be a 3D or a 2D project, it doesn't matter. I'm making it 3D because it looks better with the camera. Alright, and also the Unity version really doesn't matter. So I'll wait for that to finish up and I'll get back to you guys. Alright. We got a new project. And the first thing we want to do is rename our sample scene, which is open right now, to register. Hit yes, we want to do it, and reload. And then now we're going to want to go to File and Build Settings. And then we're going to want to hit Add Open Scenes. And X. And then what that's going to do is link this scene to our project for when we build it and when we want to switch scenes. Next, we're going to want to add our UI. And we're going to want to add a canvas first. And then on the canvas, we're going to want to add a input field, and then another input field, and then two buttons. So UI button, UI button. Alright. Now let's change our perspective so you can see the components we've created. Right? So we have our first input field, we'll call that, username. Drag it up so we can see it. Change the placeholder text to username. Go to input field, the second one, we call it password. Alright, and we want to change the placeholder text so it says password. And we'll drag it up. Sorry, let's click on the whole thing. Drag it up. That's very important. Okay. Now we have our button. We're going to call this one register. Drag it up. And change the placeholder text to register. So this is going to create our credentials when we click it. This one's gonna move scenes for us, so we're gonna say go to login and change the text. Go to login. Alright, cool. Now that we have our components set up, we wanna create a C# script and call it register. Now once we have that, we're going to want to open it in any IDE or editor, and we're going to want to take out everything in here, and we're going to add my script and save it. So I'll give you a quick rundown on what it does. Basically, let's see where to start. So we have an array list of the credentials, and that holds every line of our credential file, and our credentials are saved one per line, which will go into the array list. And this checks to make sure that you have the file called credentials.txt, and if it doesn't, it'll make a blank one called that. So it doesn't glitch out. And then we were able to register accounts, and it does check for duplicates, so that's good. Okay, so now we'll save it and we'll go back to our program, and then what we're going to want to do is take the register script and put it onto our canvas, and then we're going to click on canvas and make sure we see it. If you don't, you can add it manually by hitting add component and searching for the script we just made. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is go to our make sure your canvas is clicked, and drag the things that we made on the sidebar into the fields over here. So register, we'll go to the register button, go to login, we'll go to the login button. Alright, now I'll run it. So here we have our project directory, and then we're going to run it. As you can see, a credential file has been created, right? So then what we're going to do is create some credentials. Alright. Now that we've registered some credentials, we'll open it back up. As you can see, we got registered. And then here, we'll hit register again, the same username, and you can see that it doesn't register it again. And we'll change the username, and you can see it adds the credential here. Okay, so now that we have the registration form done, we'll move to the login form. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is go to scenes, and then we're going to want to create a new scene and call it login. And then we're going to hit enter and move to it. And the first thing we're going to want to do is go to our build settings and add this open scene. Very good. So now we're going to want to kind of recreate the same stuff as what we had on our registration page. So we're going to want 2 input fields and then 2 buttons. And then we're going to rename them appropriately. Cool. Now that we have our components, we're going to want to create another C# script called login. And then what we're going to do is open it and delete everything in it. And we're going to paste that stuff in and then save. Quick rundown on what this stuff does is that it looks for the credential file, and if it does, then it loads it into our credential array list. And then when you're logging in, it checks to see if the username and the password is in that file, and if it is, then it'll change your scene to whatever you want it to be, and in this case it's gonna go to welcome scene. But you can make it anything you want. So we're going to save that. What we're going to do is drag our login script to our canvas and make sure it's there. Once since it is, we're gonna want to drag our two input fields here, 2 buttons. All right. Let's test it out. So let's open up our credential file. Keep that in mind. We'll enter in hello there 1. Actually, we'll do a wrong credential first. Past 1. So as you can see, we log that's incorrect credentials, so it doesn't do anything. Actually, before we test it, we have to make a new scene. So we'll go to our project, scenes, new scene. We'll call this welcome screen. What we're gonna want to do is save the stuff here, then open that up. And go to build settings, and then add the open scene. All right. Now what we're gonna want to do is add a let's see. We could just add some text. So we'll add a canvas. We'll add some text to it. Welcome, user. You can now use this app. Congratulations. Alright. We're gonna make that bigger. Cool. Yeah, okay. This doesn't really play nice. There we go. We'll see how that looks when we play it. Alright, there we go. So now we go back to our register and we'll start all over again. Okay, so we play Swag City 1 2 3 4 5. We'll register, open up our credentials, and we'll see that it's there. Alright, we go to login, and that changes our scene. We hit swag sit without the Y, 1 2 3 4 5. Hit login. Nope. Incorrect credentials. Swag City. Actually, let's go to our register. Okay, here we just went back to our register page. Now we can go back to our login page. So we'll do Swag City 1 2 3 4 5, and we'll hit login, and that will take us to our main app. And there you have it. You're authenticated, and you have a registration and login system. And if you guys have any questions or comments, just let me know down below. And if you like this type of content, go ahead and subscribe and like the video. And I'm open to suggestions if you guys want any tutorials or anything. Again, just leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching.